About water in the Belfast, and my dad went, "Oh, fair. They says that you said that." I said, "Yes." He said we wanted to have a wee drink before we were going out, and there was 2 glasses of bloody water. Or I was drinking water, and then I went down to the off license, and you know, and then my dad told him and said that was to pay you back for you putting the wine or the water in the wine bottle when you were in the kibbutz, when you were in Israel. And then Robert went, "Oh my God, what?" And I just looked at him and went, "Listen, think about it. Everything's okay. You're standing there with a bottle of Buckfast, 100% unopened, brand new, and at home you've got a jug of it in the fridge. So you shouldn't actually be angry. You should be sort of saying, this is something that we should be doing every week." So don't be anybody getting any ideas about how to do that in off license. But that that's how something that you do, can sort of not end up backfiring on you. But if you don't get it exactly right, it can have different sort of tangents that it goes off in, and that could have been, like a real, because our Robert, if he was, I can just imagine him in that off license, going, "What have you sold me? I worked all week and got a good wage, and I come in here and I expect to get it, and you sold me," and the poor guy behind the counter is going, and our Robert, and this was like 30 minutes after, Robert would have bought it. So the guy would have known too that our Robert, nobody could have drunk a bottle. Well, I was thinking nobody could have drunk a bottle of Buckfast in 30 minutes, but no, it was a brilliant experience. And it was memorable, and wee things like that the just Harbinson things, But afterwards, I was sort of thinking about Sean Meany and the book and stuff, and obviously Robert was still in my head, and that Robbie Barry and I have been sort of trying to work out the sort of best way to address the style of the songs that Monsters of Man are going to sort of give to the world as such. Now the first song, "Take Me Back," is very, very Thin Lizzy orientated, and I think that's why Sean likes it, and why a lot of other people like it actually. And it's not in any way, a rip off of anything. It's just, it's just Celtic rock sort of influence, which makes it then sound like Thin Lizzy. So I was thinking back to the first time that I saw Thin Lizzy, and it was 1977. I think it was 1977, 78. It was on the Live and Dangerous tour anyway, and I went along with my mate. I think it was Becky or Ted. I can't remember which one of the two of them it was. It was in the Ulster Hall, and watching Thin Lizzy seated, it was like being in a movie theatre. So you couldn't actually move, you couldn't get up, and you couldn't dance, or you couldn't shake your head or anything. But Thin Lizzy were absolutely amazing. It was the Brian Robertson, Scott Gorham days with Brent Downey on the drums, and there was no keyboards back then, and Phil, out front. And always remember that there was this guy in front of me with a motorbike jacket on, and he had the Thin Lizzy logo in little mirrors, attached to the back of the jacket. This was probably my first gig, when I think about it. And I'm going, what's it? So it really had a big influence on me, and what way my musical path was going to take as time went on. But at the end of the gig, everybody's up, out. There was no bar or anything open back then, so there was no messing about. Everybody up, out. But myself and Ted went up to the front of the stage, to see if we could actually, just see, if there was anything lying about, like a plectrum, or whatever. Um, and there were no plectrums. I think, Phil had thrown them out or whatever. But at the front, right, then big security man's just about to go, boom, come on lads, let's go out. And I looked down, and right where Phil was standing was a big cigarette. It was out. It was like a 3/4 of a cigarette, and I managed to grab it before the guy, sort of, and I'm going, I've got Phil Lynnett's cigarette. This was actually in his mouth. He was smoking, because back then, in the late '70s, you could smoke in the in the venues. So Phil was obviously smoking, playing, and then threw this down. Maybe it was at the end or whatever, but I had it in my grasp anyway, and nothing was gonna gonna make me let it go. So got back home, and next day looked at the thing and went, you know, I still couldn't believe it. I mean, the guy's DNA was on it. You know what I mean? So I got a wee frame, and I put the cigarette into the frame, put it up behind my bed, and just wrote on it, Phil Lynnett's cigarette, 25th of June, 1978, or whatever it was. And it stayed there, all the time. Now, around about that time, I was sort of starting to experiment with a wee bit of, having a smoke now and again, as you do as a teenager. So was Robert, so was all the mates were all doing the same thing. But we didn't have any money. So we used to have to club together, to get a packet of cigarettes, and then hope that your dad didn't smell your finger, the smoke off your fingers when you got home after the Friday night disco or whatever. But back then, this was before the kibbutz, obviously, and to earn a few quid to get some money, we used to go